Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video where I'm going to be talking about some newly shown items. These are from Beast Kingdom, and they're the Justice League assortment that they're doing. So this isn't, I don't like collect Beast Kingdom. I really haven't paid much attention to anything that they've produced in the past. These figures came out. They look kind of interesting. They're worth talking about. So, I'm not going to go super in depth with these, but I did want to mention them because, I thought that they were worthy of a video because they have some interesting designs, and they have a kind of a neat character selection as well. So let's start on with it. Have a lot of figures to cover in this video. I'm going to be talking about them all in this video. First of all, it's Aquaman. I think Aquaman does look very cool as far as his armor is concerned. I think it looks awesome. The face sculpt, is a bit lacking. It leaves some to be desired, unfortunately. I think that that's the case with the majority of these figures, which is unfortunate, of course. I do like their bases, though. I think their bases are very cool. I like the fact that they're kind of clear, but they do have like a clear, Aquaman logo and name. I think that's very nice. A lot of the times with these bases, they just do them clear, and there's no writing or anything on them. So I do like the fact that they add the writing. I also like the effect pieces that you get. You get like two like water effect pieces. I think that could be very fun. These look like they have decent articulation. I believe they say they have like 20 points of articulation apiece, which is good. It's not like amazing, but it's good. However, when I actually just look at the figures, it looks like there's a lot of articulation. I mean, there should be a ball-jointed head, ball-jointed shoulders, at least hinge swivel elbows, hinge swivel wrists. I see ball joints at two places in the torso. A ball joint at the thighs, knees I'm sure are like double hinged, and then the ankles look like they can pivot, and on certain figures they have toe hinges. So that seems like more than 20 to me. I think that would be more in the 25 to almost 30 range, but he does come with an interchangeable head, which I think is cool that he comes with that. I love the fact that his hair is like floating, but the sculpt itself isn't really any better. Then there's Cyborg. Cyborg was pretty interesting. I believe he does have like a light up chest, which is kind of neat, but he looks cool. His face sculpt, again, not great, but it's decent. It's mainly the robotic body, which is the most interesting part of it. As you can see, it does look very cool. I do like the very skinny, spindly proportions. I personally really like the look of Cyborg in Justice League. I never had a problem with him. I've never been a huge Cyborg fan, so I didn't have a lot invested, but still, I really never had an issue with his sculpt. And he does come with the interchangeable helmet, which is cool. Then there's Steppenwolf. Very surprising that they're actually doing him. He looks interesting, and he's probably the one that I'm most interested in this assortment, just because I like villains. Personally, I don't think Steppenwolf was a particularly interesting villain. I think that it was very generic. However, I do think that he had a striking look, and he had his moments, so I am kind of interested in this figure. This is supposed to be 1 in 9 scale, and in that comparison picture, which I'll show you at the end, he doesn't look like he's in scale with the rest of them, unfortunately. But there's a lot of texture in his body. I think that looks very nice. The colors are a little extreme. I think that this is even more extreme than the Mattel one. And although he does have blue and red in the movie, it's not super noticeable. When he first lands on the Themyscira, it's the most noticeable. And then in some scenes it just kind of goes away, but it's there. However, not to this degree. I think this is a little too extreme. The one thing I really like about this one is, this figure compared to the Mattel, is that his axe is more detailed and has some more color on it, which I really like. And then I like the fact that his wrists start a little higher. That was accurate in the movie. So I think the Mattel one actually looks better than this, to be quite honest. But this one's going to have much better articulation, so that's what interests me. I'm surprised as to how good and how accurate that Mattel one actually is. When I first got it, I really liked it, but I thought that there were some things that weren't accurate with it, but once you saw it in the movie, it turned out to be like completely accurate. Very surprising. But overall, he does look neat. Again, the face sculpt, not great. And these poses, like, I don't know who's posing this, but God, that's the worst looking pose I've ever seen. So they need better photographers on Beast Kingdom's production there. But yeah, again, really love the axe. I think that looks very cool. Like, it's really like heating up and stuff. Looks very neat. He doesn't come with a base. I could swear when I read his description, though, it says he comes with a base. So I think that he does come with a base, unless, like, the description's just lying. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that. Then there's Armored Batman, which looks pretty nice. I do like his costume quite a bit. It does look like the thighs, like, lower to allow you to have a higher kick, which I think is great. I really hope that that's the case. And he does come with a fabric cape. I can't tell the quality of the cape, though. That could be really like a good cape, or it could be like just kind of paperish. It's hard to tell from these photos, so I would need to get it in hand. Yeah, overall looking decent, though. He comes with, a fair amount of weapons. Oh, also, Steppenwolf comes with a, what is it, a metal, his axe is die cast. That's another thing that I really liked. I'll look at this. So you get a pre-order bonus exclusive bomb with like an explosion piece. That's very cool, I have to say. Then there's Flash. Flash looks neat. I like the metallic suit. It's not accurate, but I like it. I just think it looks neat. And then his face sculpt is very generic. Like, that could be anybody. It doesn't even look like they attempted to make it look like Ezra Miller. So that's a shame. But again, really do like the body. It's stylized in its color scheme, but I kind of like that. And then he does come with the electric pieces, which I think are very cool. And of course the base, which is quite nice. Yeah, those electric pieces are very cool. You get even more of them when you do the pre-order bonus. So do they all have pre-order bonuses? I'm not even quite sure. I don't think Steppenwolf does. But yeah, overall, these look like interesting figures. As you can see here, assuming that this is like an actual scaled image of these figures, Steppenwolf is way too small. He should be much taller. This is a 1:9 scale line, which means the regular figures should be about 8 inches apiece. And then assuming Steppenwolf really is that tall compared to Aquaman, he's probably going to be like 9 inches, 9.5, which isn't super tall. That's basically as tall as the Mattel one. So essentially, even though it's in a bigger scale, it's probably not even going to be bigger than the Mattel version, which is definitely a shame. I am interested in Steppenwolf. He's $70. The rest of these are $65. But I don't know when this comes out, and when these come out in May, who knows if I'll still be interested. But at the moment, I am considering Steppenwolf. So this is an interesting line. Hope they do continue it, and I definitely like the fact that at least they included a villain. That doesn't happen very often. So there you go. That's my thoughts on these new Beast Kingdom Justice League figures featuring Steppenwolf, Aquaman, Armored Batman, Cyborg, and the Flash. Well, let me know what you guys think of these figures and what characters you'd like to see them do in the future. And thanks so much for watching.